Hello, I'm Ricki Lee, and today on the watch list, I'm joined by Melissa Cruz, CEO of GenIP. The company has reported strong progress in product adoption and client engagement, including triple-digit revenue growth, expanding international clients, and increasing traction for its Invention intelligence platform. Melissa, welcome to the watch list.
Thanks so much for the invitation. It's great to be here.
Thanks. So, Melissa, tell us, GenIP delivered around 330% revenue growth and 150% gross margin growth in 2025. So, what were the key drivers behind that, and how sustainable is that momentum heading into 2026?
So, when I look at the growth, it really comes down to one core thing. We're solving a very real and very expensive problem that almost every research institution has. So, globally, around 1.7 trillion is spent on R&D every year, but yet roughly 80% never reach the market. And this is not because the science is not good. It's basically because they don't have the tools, they don't have the capacity, and decisions are often based on intuition, if we could say so. So what GNIP has changed here is that we don't offer opinion, we deliver very fast evidence-based decisions. And instead of waiting 10, let's say 10 weeks, months, and spending thousands of dollars, institutions get clear answers in just a few business days. So that speed really matters because it keeps inventors and our clients engaged and focusing their efforts where it really matters. In terms of sustainability, we don't see this as a one-off spike. The innovation analytics market is quickly growing, so we're still very early. And in 2025, we were mainly focused on academia. In 2026 and beyond, we want to extend that same decision infrastructure into industry and national level programs, which is a much more larger opportunity for the company. So for us, the growth is really an early signal of a much larger curve ahead.
Amazing. Wow, big stuff. And so your active clients also grew by over 225%, right? With retention at around 90% too. So what does that tell you about the strength of your platform, and how do you plan to build on that loyalty?
So for us, retention is actually the metric that really matters and that we pay close attention to. A 90% retention rate basically tells us that once organization start using GenIP, they don't want to go back to guessing. So the reason is that we're not selling a single report, we're building a decision infrastructure. So clients often start, let's say, with invention value reports to answer, is this technology worth pursuing? And then they move to the invention prioritizer to decide which technologies to focus across the entire portfolio. From there, we layer in validation, talent, and market intelligence. And over time, GenIP becomes part of how decisions are made, from budgeting to patent strategy to licensing and spinouts. And that's why retention stays really high. And of course, loyalty strengthened because the platform keeps getting smarter. And every decision basically feeds our proprietary data set, now over 7,000 technology evaluated, and that compounds our advantage. So clients not only stay because they're locked in, but because their decision genuinely improve the longer they work with us.
And speaking of the Invention prioritizer, it's gaining traction internationally too, including with Brazil's National Nuclear Energy Commission and a leading Saudi research university as well. So, how important are wins like these for GenIP's global expansion strategy?
So I will say that these international wins are incredibly important for us, not just commercially, but also strategically, because when a national agency or a leading research institution adopts this new product that we recently launched, the prioritizer, what they're really saying is that we need a more systematic way to decide where public money goes, talent, and time. Right, so that's significant because it shows GenIP isn't only useful at a project level, but it also works at scale across hundreds of technologies and entire national portfolios. And internationally, this reinforces our belief that innovation challenges are global. Whether you're in Brazil, Saudi Arabia, the US, or the UK, the questions are the same. What do we back? What do we stop? And how do we create a real impact? And in fact, we just saw this in a webinar that we hosted yesterday with one of our clients in Saudi Arabia, where they're widely recognized as a global leader, and they show how they're using our product. So that's a very good promotion for our company. And these early partnerships position GenIP as a global decision layer for innovation, which is exactly where we see the company going long term. So in the end, we're building the platform institutions rely on to turn their research into real world outcomes that you and I can benefit from. So yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Melissa.
Thank you for having me. It's been great to share a bit about GenIP, and we're looking forward to what comes next.
It's been great to hear about it too. So once again, that is Melissa Cruz, CEO of GenIP. For more on the company's Invention intelligence platform and growth strategy, visit genip.ai. That's all for this episode of The Watch List. I'm Ricki Lee. Make good choices today.